This next topic came to me when I was listening to the Bill Simmons podcast. It was his trade value episode. So here's the question. You're an expansion team, and the NBA gives you a choice between Trae Young and Cade Cunningham. Who are you picking? It's not an easy question to answer, though. I've been debating about it for a couple of days now. I know who I would take, but Anthony, who would you take out of those two if you're an expansion NBA team?
So I do want to add some context for people that did not listen to this podcast. Don't, by the way, it's 2 hours. And I listened to 2 hours, and I wish I would get it back because it was the biggest waste of freaking time I've ever listened to a podcast. I love Bill Simmons, by the way, but I'm not listening to your podcast ever again. They're too damn long. And way too many ad reads. So for some context, they said if you're paying Trae Young and Cade Cunningham $30 million, who would you take? They both agreed that they would take Cade Cunningham. And I agree with them. I would take Cade Cunningham over Trae Young. The reason why I would take Cade Cunningham over Trae Young is I'm getting a guy that can play both ends of the floor and can turn on the switch whether he wants to playmaker score. I think we haven't even seen this what Cade Cunningham can be as a player. I know we saw like 24, 7, and 7 in March. Man, like we haven't even entered Cade's prime yet, and that's scary to think about.
Yeah, I think it's a tough question because you have a guy that's 23 years old in Trae Young that's led the Atlanta Hawks already to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, I'm not picking him just because he's only like 6'2", and I don't know how he's going to play with Dante Murray off the ball. I mean, if I knew more about that, it might change my answer. But I got to go with Cade, man. I mean, he's 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", can play point guard, can play off the ball, can play both ways. He can hurt you from the post. He can hurt you from the mid-range. He can set guys up. He is the complete package of a player, just a guy that's going to put his head down and go to work, and you don't even know how he did it. Like, that's what's so spectacular about Cade Cunningham. But I don't want to just dismiss Trae Young completely because he's a superstar in his own right. And I think having Dante Murray taking some of the pressure off him is only going to expand his game. But again, if I'm an expansion team, I'm taking the 6'7" point guard over the 6'2" point guard any day of the week.
Yeah, it's no slight at Trae Young either. I mean, I mentioned earlier, I think he's a top 10 point guard in the NBA right now. I mean, who wouldn't love to have a guy that's very similar to Steph Curry from the standpoint of, being able to shoot the 3-point shot pretty much anywhere on the court. I remember going to a Pistons game and he was literally shooting it from the logo and it went in. Like Trae Young is like one of the best shooters in this league. And I think a lot of people sleep on his passing ability too. He's a really good passer. Just the thing with him is defensively, like, what am I getting out of you? And he's not the best defender, and I think a lot of people in the league know that. And I think that's a big reason why they traded for DeJounte Murray, so that they can switch everything and hide Trae Young on the defensive end of the floor.